All right, hey everybody, 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins. Here we go. Invest97L. This is the tropical wave we've been watching for a week or so now. Forecast models have changed, especially the European. Obviously, it's now an Invest, so we are running models on this as well. So now we'll be actually having more center-based models or storm-based models to give us a slightly better idea of what we're looking at. And it does look like that track is shifting into the Gulf of Mexico. So let's start with that. Here we are now. You can see that we generally have quite a bit of convection over top of Haiti right now. This is the western tip of Haiti. You see right here. Lots of convection there. It looks like the center is actually sitting over land, over Hispaniola. You've got Dominican Republic right here, Haiti there. But there's a ton of moisture all up here to the north as well, too. So that's a pretty good envelope, especially when you get up in here, of moisture. All right, let's examine this just a little bit. I want to bring your attention down to here if you can see this. There's the low. It's right over. You can also see it here. A bunch of little meso-lows around out here. It's just the point I'm trying to make here is not organized at this particular point, right? But it looks like it will be. The hurricane center, they have shifted. Look at this. Number one, they've increased this chance for development to 30% for the next 48 hours. That's through Friday night and then into Saturday morning, but then 70% for Saturday night, Sunday, and Monday, and probably early on Sunday morning with the development. That's one change. The other change, which we expect that to go up, by the way. The other change is that they have shifted this area of development to mainly the peninsula of Florida and westward. No more recurves out here. That doesn't look like that's going to happen. And that's where the models are trending. So let's talk about the models. Here we go. That is a look at the global models, the spaghetti models, if you will, right? Notice the path. The center might actually be a little bit lower than this point here, but it has to go across Cuba and these mountains. A little less mountains in this area, but still some, especially right in here. So it's going to struggle to organize on this path. As it turns, where it turns, we don't know yet, right? Anywhere from almost Key West all the way out to 200 miles west of there, right? Once it starts that turn, it gets into a better atmosphere, then it will start to intensify. At least that's the forecast now. All right, here's the GFS ensembles. Look at this. You can see they're coming right up the west coast of Florida. Not the strongest system, but certainly tropical storm strength. And that would be Sunday morning. This is the ensembles for the European, or no, excuse me, the GEMS. This is the GEM model, basically, very similar to the GFS. And you can see pressure's about the same, it's a little bit higher, I think, but very similar track as far as that is concerned. Here are the intensity forecast models. Now, this is key. So 48 hours is basically, let's say that's Saturday afternoon, right? And then it's going to make that turn Saturday night, and you see it coming up with intensity. This is after that turn. So most of the modeling stays in the tropical storm force realm. In fact, if you look down here, a lot of them stay very weak, barely a tropical storm. But certainly a tropical storm Debby is on the table with this particular one. And that would be as it's turning off for further to the north. All right, so let me just kind of give you an idea of the stretch in the models right here. I'm basically showing you all of the ensembles, the European, the GFS, the UK Met, the Canadian. And this here is Saturday morning. It's coming across the Florida Straits. It's still potentially over the coast of Cuba. This is sunset Saturday night, and here you see the stretch, the spread in the models. I mean, it could be close to Marco Island. It could be down here. At least we're talking center, right? And then you notice as we get into Sunday morning, this is sunrise right here. There's Tampa right there. South and west of there, it stretches all the way out. All right, so now let's go through Sunday afternoon into sunset Sunday. And you can see, look at the stretch in the model. So right now the models are saying, yeah, the center could be over Jacksonville, or actually north of Jacksonville, or it could be way out here, still west-southwest of Tampa. That's the reality of the models. Models aren't real life stuff here, so this is what we're going by. Looking at this, as a meteorologist, you say, well, it's going to be rough coming across this area. So it's going to be making it tougher to form, which is really good news. This is not a major hurricane coming at us, and then it's going to run over some mountains and fall a little bit and then come back up. This is a weak, unorganized system that's trying to organize that will still have to fight with these mountains. But once it's out here, it won't. And this water is nice and warm, and so it will try and develop just a little bit. Now, let's go model by model. This is the GFS. And look what the GFS does. This right here is 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. There's Tampa. Let me get you in here closer just so you can see that. There's Tampa. All right, this is rain that you're seeing. So rain and wind picks up during the day on Sunday, especially in the morning into the afternoon hours. Afternoon would be the worst. This is 5 o'clock Sunday evening. Landfall up in the Big Bend somewhere by sunset or something like that, right? And then let's see what the GFS wants to do, because look, it takes it out, meanders it, and then finally does take it away. Prior runs have done loop-de-loops and come back out into the Gulf of Mexico. Here's the wind forecast from the GFS, okay? You see it picking up. Now, it's tough to see these numbers, but these are 30s along the coast. That's sustained wind. That would put gusts in the 40s to maybe 50, but generally 20s and 30s for wind right at the immediate coast. Inland locations be in the 20s. This is during the day on Sunday, okay? And then good tropical storm at least making landfall. Citrus County, we got to watch this. Those are winds in the 40s for you. But that's the GFS. That has been the strongest model. This is the European. The European is actually still fairly close in this area here to the coast, closer than what it has been, but it's also got a low out here. That's rainfall. You can see the heaviest right along the immediate coast. But this is Monday morning. Well, let's go back up. This is Sunday morning, Sunday sunset, Monday morning, still some lingering rain, still some lingering rain. Tuesday, this is Tuesday at 11 a.m., and it has the center out over here, okay? Now, let's talk wind. This looks more of a rainmaker than anything else, but we have to watch for intensification, right? So here we go. Let's get out to Sunday morning, 10 a.m. This is the European model with the center right there. Okay, maybe a little easier to see. There's the center. And some wind, but not a lot. Certainly nothing like what the GFS has. And then it takes it up to the north. Now, let's go out here. This is the European model. This is a little spin. This is the European model. It's not strictly physics-based. This has AI. AI is learning from the physics-based models. And especially days 4 and beyond, 4, 5, 6, and 7, the numbers have been actually better with the AI model. So here's what it says. It says that by Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the center's way out here. If this happens, we got a regular weekend here, right? As it stands now, I think Sunday we're dealing with some rain and a little bit of wind, right? But this particular model takes it out, but then it kind of recurves it and brings it back in stronger and in towards the Big Bend again. So just one other thing to look at. Now, this is the WRF model. And you can see week. This is Saturday, 5 p.m. There it is coming off the coast of Cuba. Then notice, there you go. Look at that. That's from 5 p.m. Saturday to 5 a.m. Sunday. It really starts to ramp up. But look how far offshore this is. That's 8 p.m. Sunday evening. The model's well west of us. The model has it well west of us. Our model we run in-house is similar to this. It might even be a little further to the west. If that's the case, this takes most of the weather, including wind, with it. There's the wind for the HWRF model, right? This is 2 o'clock on Sunday. So, yeah, we've got gusts in the 20s, maybe, closer to the coast. But all this high wind is offshore. And in fact, the highest winds are in the mid-60s out here in this northeast eye wall. But bottom line is, it's certainly more developed at this point, right? That will push a little bit of water our way. Okay, now let's go into nested grid. This is a little different. This one, I just wanted to show you that it's out here with the center, and that's kind of similar to what the WRF is saying. That's similar to what our in-house model is saying as well, too. Bottom line, guys, there it is. That's the chance for a tropical storm through the weekend, and especially Sunday into Sunday night. And that's the GFS. That is the European model. That's where we stand right now. You got to stay tuned. Hopefully, I'll be doing some shorter updates for you here. But don't forget to share and like this so that people will get my updates. Thanks for watching, guys. And don't worry about this. We'll be all right. But we will have to watch for it. And we will give you updates on how much rainfall and how much storm surge, how much wind to expect, especially as we get into tomorrow and Saturday.